Oh, hello there. Hi, good people. We might have ordered a few too many things from Amazon. Mary,
What?
did you order all this stuff?
What's this bee stuff?
Uh, the only thing I ordered recently was about 5 more pounds of clover seed
You did?
and a replacement part for my camera setup so that I'll be able to do videos from my camera again. Hello, good people. Hi, I'm Jason with Green Country Agroforestry. Of course, if you're watching this on replay, then it's Monday night, and
My head in there?
Mary's
No.
with me. And behind me is a big stack. Actually, there's two big stacks of all the boxes that Mary ordered from Amazon over the
You're
past.
sitting on his amplifier. It makes it look taller.
My amplifier's small though. All the stuff that Mary ordered from Amazon over the past couple of weeks, and some of it, of course, is winter preparation stuff. Hi, Vicky. Um,
So,
what did you order the row covers?
maybe?
Maybe. Okay,
I
so
would check
possibly.
my phone, but my phone's doing bee footage. Just in case I ask Jason a question and keep him
Yeah,
talking.
because we're down to one camera right now. Or her phone, that phone, this phone right here. I'm looking at it. Where's the camera? Where's the camera on this thing?
Upper left-hand corner.
Oh, okay. So if I'm looking right there, I'm looking right into the phone. I'm talking about you. Okay.
There you go.
There we go. I'm doing the John figure.
No, that's not
Okay.
live because I can't figure out how to do live.
All right.
I tried.
So let me see here.
Oh, you're gonna show us how jerry-rigged it is?
Yeah, I'm going to show off what happened to the camera. I was shooting footage this past week of the rehabilitating clay soil, and
a good one.
And the tripod fell over, and you see the wire that I used to hold it together. I had to use wire because
couldn't find the glue
because it broke. The camera broke, and I'll show you. Without the wire to hold this in place, the microphone where it attaches here popped off and did some other damage to it, and now I cannot recover the footage out of the memory card on this camera. Whenever I open it up, the option to go to the memory card is not even there anymore. It doesn't even register. So we've got some replacement parts on the way. There aren't in the boxes behind me. These are other things.
I'll probably wear some more Wednesday, the 20th. Subscribe and save stuff. That's like toiletries.
Vicky is asking, Jason, would a chestnut tree over 100 years old in Tennessee be most likely an American chestnut? Probably, yeah. I would imagine so. If it was older than 100 years, then definitely.
Yeah.
But it's hard to say. Then people started coming over here that might have brought chestnuts with them as early as the 1500s, 1600s, somewhere around there. Late 1500s, early 1600s.
Because they had chestnuts back home and they brought them with them.
It's possible that it could be European in origin, but if it's been living here successfully for over 100 years, I think it's probably climate adapted, and any offspring that it produces are likely to be climate adapted as well. So I don't know. Tennessee is fairly close in climate zone to Oklahoma and Arkansas, so if it's growing well there, then a clone of it would probably do okay in Arkansas too.
That would be rocky.
Yeah. All right. So let's get started here. So.
You want to talk a little bit?
About what? All the stuff we're doing to get ready for winter. Not all of it is wound up being on video, partially because haven't got around to recording everything that we're doing. I've been planting frantically and transplanting frantically, and then we had the little issue with this thing.
Exactly. How do you say, spontaneous, friendly?
Right.
Well,
most of the time, whenever I go to start doing something in the yard, it's like, oh, I think I'm going to go do this today, and
you want to drag this thing out?
Stopping to, huh?
And you really want to drag all this?
Yeah, getting all the apparatus, setting up, taking shots, going and redoing shots, and sometimes you can't redo a shot if you're only going to be able to do a thing once.
I like when people do it.
If you stumble over your words and don't say things right, as I'm prone to do at times, then retakes just aren't possible for things that have to be done once. All right, so we've got just to the rafters boxes here to open, and also bags. Mary, could you hand me one of those pouches over there?
Really?
Yeah. Let's see what we got.
Everybody ordered.
Mm-hmm. All right, we don't know what's in this one, but we'll find out.
I can open some of them. Stab me.
So I know we've got some row covers. I know we've got hoops to go with the row covers. What are these? Oh, those are. You're gonna have to tell them what those are, Mary. That's one of the
I don't
things
know
we
yet.
got.
They were some kind of emergency matches.
You gotta put it up here so the camera can see it. So there's
Okay.
Mary's camera right here. Of course, on Mary's camera, all the words are backwards because it's a phone. But on this one, you can see a little danger sign there. These are. Go ahead.
I think they're supposed
Tell
to be
them.
some kind
Yeah,
of
hold
words
them up
matches.
so you can see what this.
You're supposed to put like a lighter fluid in there. Then they have a string, and then they have a striker, and then you could close them up like a waterproof match. But rechargeable.
Hmm.
I got a pack, so I was curious.
So it's a reusable match.
Waterproof.
A reusable waterproof match. Okay, that's kind of
It's
cool.
like an overcomplicated Bic.
All right, Vicky, who is pinball?
What?
Who is pinball?
Number of chestnut trees is?
Yeah, pinball says he has a number of chestnut trees. I'm not sure who pinball is.
Sitting on a treasure.
I don't know pinball.
Somebody you don't know.
I don't know. I don't know pinball.
Was that one thing in
All
there?
right, that was the only thing that was in that one. All right, so we've got
I'll be here all day.
fire starters. All right, next bag up.
I thought that'd be fun.
Yep, fire
Where'd
starters.
you get those?
Bug out bags.
We get to fill them up.
Yep.
Would it be easier just to have a big? I thought about that.
Yeah, you can't just rip them open like that. You're gonna cut.
Let me do it. I'll do the next one.
Hey, hang on a second. I got an idea.
What?
Okay, you get that ripped open. I'm gonna go grab something real quick.
What's he grabbing?
You go grab something. Ooh. Hey, be careful not to jostle the boxes because we'll fall over, get trapped by them, and then we'll suffocate.
Yeah.
Whoa. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4. Tell the people what you found. What is it?
Oh, a foldable pocket, metal sticks included, blanket, but they left out half the letters. I don't know. They're supposed to be really small, and they can fit it with your miniature bivvy or something. I have a tarp / beach blanket that has stakes, and it would be a great footprint for a tent, for like a 2 to 4 person tent. But what if you're just stuck in your bivvy? Okay. So it comes with its own bag. There's another one smaller than this I found. Okay, it's not plastic. It's cloth. It's plastic. What do you call it? Vinyl? Okay, if I unfold this, I'm never getting this back together. You're right. Oh. Okay, it's on YouTube. I don't know where he went.
I was gonna grab a sickle. I don't know what happened to it though. It moved. What do you got there?
Oh, you missed it.
I missed it. Oh.
It's supposed to be a mat. Okay, like you have a sleeping bag, and you put this underneath it. Okay, it's got corners. It comes with a little stick. Oh, I think I found the stakes. I may never get this folded up again.
You never get folded up.
But like, see, this would probably go under your emergency bivvy, or if you're going to cowboy camp, you just lay this on the ground underneath your
So some sort of ground cloth.
Yeah, but it's for a twin size for that one camping / tarp / beach blanket that had the stakes.
That's more keeping you dry than keeping you warm, though, right?
Yeah, this would be underneath you.
All right, so that's this is outdoor winter camping stuff.
I wouldn't say winter.
Hmm.
No, it's more like summer in your cowboy camping. See, now I can't get it back together. I can't get it back folded.
Darn it. Okay, so what do we have here? What do you think this one is?
I can't get this back together. No. It's never
no.
good fit. There's a reason why I won't unroll the bivvy, because I know I'll never get back together.
All right.
Emergency bivvy. Do you mind? Help, I'm being held hostage. Oh, she was talking about pinball. The preparedness channel.
Pinball?
It's got preparedness channel.
Okay.
Pinball prepping.
Pinball preparedness? Pinball prepping? Okay.
Something like that.
All right, I'll have to go come up and see. Yeah, chestnut trees are good.
Okay, I got in about as much as it was in before.
Of course, if you're looking for proven chestnut varieties,
well, you're the switch here.
Let's try Mark Shepard at New Forest Agriculture.
Ooh.
He's in
Pack inside the pack.
Wisconsin. What is it?
Who's in Wisconsin?
Mark
Shepard.
Yeah.
Okay. These are packs inside of it. Oh no, these are the hats.
What are
I wear army hats. They're not full on hats with a brim. They're just like way too big for my. I have a big head. Or I think I do. Well, I have a big
She
forehead.
does. She has a big head.
Not as big as his.
What are you talking about? See how big her head is? It's huge.
My
See, this is mine. It's only this big.
Anyways,
and see,
supposed to be one size fits all.
Hers is huge.
That's why.
She's got a huge head.
Okay. I didn't get one ridiculous in pink. I almost did.
You got some more hats.
I almost got one.
That's not winter stuff. Ooh, this is heavy. Whatever this is.
I have it up in my bag inside of it. This is actually I used to say a ultralight cheap backpack. So I realized we didn't have any backpacks. So when we went to Turkey Mountain, I was using my little dinky day bag, which is very uncomfortable for several hours.
And I was using a little belly pouch.
Well,
Well, it's more of a belly pouch
fanny pack.
Yeah. It's the only thing I have that's camouflage is that pouch.
My other backpack was pink and zippers are busted, and the other one is like freaking huge. You're going camping and you take the world with you.
So we got another baggie here.
It unfolds. Look.
Oh,
there's another one on the way.
What's this?
It's a bag inside a backpack.
Ah.
A backpack inside a bag. It folds into itself. Oh, good. Got wider here. It's got the chest strap. And I got another one that's very similar, but a little smaller. I think they're like 30 to 40 liters.
Okay.
Blah.
Ow! It bit me. No, I'm lying. It is.
Oh,
rings?
I know what those are. Yes, they're rings.
Why do we have rings? What are these for?
Curtains.
Curtains. Okay. So these are rings for curtains. You said wool?
Okay, well, Jason said get natural materials. We don't have any curtains in the bedroom. We have like sheets over those dollar store.
Right.
Wannabe curtain rods.
Oh, yes. Winter preparedness. I forgot. Yeah. Okay. So
I have found some wool blankets, and Jason was talking about, I want a curtain this year, go natural material. So I was like, all right, I'll get cotton curtains on the first curtain rod. The next curtain rod will be like, you have these wool blankets, and then you hang them up. Boop.
All right.
They have like clips.
So they've got clips to hold onto the material, and then the rings go over the rods.
Because I already had ordered the wool blankets.
Okay, that makes sense. All right. So
you could hang curtains.
Heavy wool curtains are going over the windows to stop the drafts. That'll be fun. And of course, natural material so they don't pose a fire hazard. Aha!
I can remember look at the camera now myself.
Yes. What?
I haven't looked at my camera in a while.
Your camera's over there. All right. Let's start with the little one. Well, this isn't curtain rods.
What are you doing with stuff?
I have no idea.
I don't lose it.
This house is getting so cramped. This is the reason why you don't want to live in a small house. Tiny houses, you don't have room for all your stuff, right? All right. So to go with your matches, we've got the fluid to go with the matches. So we have
not sure how these
reusable matches and the fluid, which of course we'll probably keep one next to the wood stove. Since we have a wood stove set up now, and
I think you would get a longer one. You guys have about 2 days worth. Could be more.
Oh, wait. There was another box here on the floor.
Always have.
Oh, this one's heavy too.
It's soap.
Oh.
That was a chair.
That was my back.
Oh my God, I hope not.
Probably not.
What's the
I don't know. You could probably adjust the camera just a little bit this way, and that way I don't have to keep on leaning all the way.
How do you think I feel?
Yeah.
You're just kneeling again.
See, and you can still see the big tower of boxes back there.
Yeah, I showed that some more.
What else do you have in that box? What's that?
Oh, that was the.
Oh, those are matches. Okay.
I'm trying to figure out where some of the stuff.
All right.
Hello, what's the mess? Come in the room.
There's Katie. Boxes that bite. Heavy woolen curtains are good. Backed by thermal sheets are better. You're right. And this house, unfortunately, doesn't have very good insulation. What am I saying?
Zero.
This house has no insulation. As a matter of fact, the spot where I did the pass-through for the chimney, where I put the plywood on the outside, plywood on the inside, drilled the hole through the middle of it. It's in my pocket. Drilled the hole through the middle of it, and then put the insulation strips in between those layers of plywood is now the best insulated portion of the house.
The reason that is, Mr. Tangicam, my house, I'm talking to my phone. My house is built, I think, like right before the baby boomers. They're coming home. They need a bunch of cheap houses. They were making them like a commodity, not an asset, a commodity. And they really, they didn't have to have a vapor insulation. They didn't have to insulation at all. I don't know.
Yeah, it was just 2x4 studs on.
Let's not talk about the roof.
You did a footer, put the 2x4 studs on the footer, put some siding on the outside of it. Maybe some sheet wall or rock wall on the inside.
It probably came later.
That's it. There's no insulation.
They did put up aluminum siding.
No OSB.
And had,
it's just siding board. That's it.
Well, they had aluminum siding with the.
They put aluminum siding over the outside.
This is soap.
Okay, so that's
dish soap.
That's more soap.
I was tired of running out of dish soap.
Hey, buy your dish soap in bulk. That's a good idea. Concentrated.
With the pump, get the pump.
There you go. All right. That's not winter stuff. That's just basic household. All right. I'm gonna keep the big stack for a minute. Let's get one.
No, because the little one's holding up the big one. Do I get a pocket knife? I'm not using your
pocket knife.
I'm not using your freaking machete.
You're not. It's not a machete. That's a hand sickle. Here, have a pocket knife. All right.
You still need this in here.
All righty. Let's see.
Maybe we should go back to using the pocket knife. I'm getting a little scared.
I jostled the tower row boxes. Hopefully it doesn't fall. It's like playing Jenga.
Is that in reverse? You're trying to go up instead down?
Oh.
Oh wait, now you're not on my camera.
Are we gonna open them twice as fast now? Is that what we're doing? Open them twice as fast? All right, here we go. Here we go. Another box.
Watch the boxes behind you.
Another box.
There's more than one.
It's a box full of paper or plastic packing material.
Later. We'll play with this later.
All right, I think this is the heavy thing. What is this? It is okay.
Curtains.
Curtain rod.
I got a plain.
This is the rod holder.
I got a plain color curtain. It's cotton.
All right, so we got the rod holders for the curtain rods.
I really wasn't picky.
All right.
Okay.
Boxes for sheet mulching come spring. There we go. So the plan is.
Oh, these will hold 2 curtain rods. So you have your cotton on one side and your wool on the other. In the summer, you might put cotton on the end, and then maybe a tapestry or something, so that we can open up curtains but not have the world looking in. I gotta fix my camera.
I'm all made out of ticky-tacky and they all look just the same. Yeah. They're little white salt boxes. Little boxes. Boxes on a hillside. That's what they are.
Here's your curtains, honey.
And it's a wonder they're still standing.
Maybe him and the neighbor can hang curtains later. Why are you smoking? Do they know about your neighbor Larry? The guy who's always yelling on the live stream, going, "Hey, come on over and smoke it with me."
Oh, the one whose kids always hollering in the background and the geese are honking. Yeah.
Okay, maybe you're faster at this than I am.
Although I am considering going ahead and getting the license or the card.
To smoke or to grow?
To grow.
Make Larry your best customer.
No, that's a different license.
No, he would smoke it while you grow it.
Yeah, that's a different license.
All right, hold on.
I couldn't grow it and then give it to him. That would be illegal.
He'd buy it, wouldn't he?
It would be illegal unless I was
travel blankets.
Unless I was registered as a commercial producer.
They're supposed to snap together. I got 2 because I didn't know if they folded in half to make twin.
Yeah.
Mulch allowances.
Katie is saying mulch allowances were allowed immediately post-war in home building. It's true. I mean, these places were the wiring is not up to code. Nothing is up to code. These.
I don't think they had cold.
Oh man, and with the cost of materials the way they are right now, if we wanted to take these houses, either this one or Mary's mom's house next door,
it actually has some insulation, I think,
fix them up properly, it would cost as much or more than building a brand new house, and we'd still have an old house with old materials,
location,
and just not really worth the money to do it. Which is why our long-term plan is to knock down the house next door first, and then we'll build our greenhouse using the Chinese greenhouse as a guideline. But it'll be a more permanent structure with polycarbonate panels for the glass part instead of sheet plastic. But it'll have living quarters on the inside, which will be nice, I think, to be able to wake up in the morning and go to the kitchen and get your coffee started and decide that you want some orange juice and go and pick your orange. And you're
Really?
still inside your house.
This is it? Oh,
Is that all you got? What is that?
it's a half a blanket.
This is your travel blanket
It's a half a blanket.
for children? Well,
They were cheap.
they were cheap. At least they gave you two.
I had to bite you.
So things to throw in your truck or car in case you get
Little
stranded.
blanket.
In case you get
I got you.
stranded, stuck in a snowbank in the
go.
middle of nowhere, you might
we
want
go.
to have
Oops.
some
Gotta leave a fill
blankets. I
inside
actually like microfiber myself.
Yeah, or wool's nice.
Microfiber is really nice and warm.
Wool's nice.
Yeah, wool's nice. Airline size blanket, yeah.
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 How do I get this back in there?
You have to curl yourself up in a ball. Well, you have to curl yourself up in
Well,
a
this is really
ball to
warm.
fit on the seats anyway.
Mm.
How are you going to get back in?
I'm trying to fold it.
Does it make its own pouch or something?
Yeah, it's in the pouch. You just tuck the
Right.
pouch in when you're not using the. Oh, where'd the pouch go?
Mhm.
But you have to
Well,
make
that's
sure that the fill stays inside because the fill's
Okay.
not very. I'm trying to get this back in.
Okay. I'll put this over your mind. All right, so blankets. Another good winter preparedness item to have.
And get rid of your old stinky ones. Oh, speaking of winter stuff, me and Jason
I
had a
keep my
bad.
old sneaky ones.
Me and Jason had this bad habit of getting new winter stuff because, well, we always made sure we had something to fit, and then we never got rid of the old stuff. So we had like two huge 55-gallon. No, were they 30-gallon or
30-gallon trash bags.
full of one for him, one for me, of just stuff that was worn out.
Worn out, doesn't fit anymore. I mean, I had a really nice set of thinsulate black coveralls, and another one, Carhartt in brown duck that didn't fit me anymore. So for somebody out there that's receiving those, we donated them. I'm sure they'll be very, very happy. We'll be able to go out hunting, camping, etc. in the dark or in
If they were a little longer, they'd fit
woodland
Randy.
conditions, and they're not camouflage because I don't use camouflage. Okay, so here's your curtain rods to go with.
Well,
They came with their own hooks too.
but they're not double.
No. All right,
They
so there's
Oh my God!
some curtain rods. All right.
We want to get better curtain rods.
You got more curtain rods, Kelly, or something?
There's
We got more than one window to treat, don't we?
might be on it somewhere.
We're gonna go around the outside of the windows too with plastic and use the
Might
staple
get
gun
around
to.
to it.
Well, hopefully, yeah. I mean, we keep on saying we're gonna do it every year, and we just never do quite get around to it.
Put on a sweater. We got the wood stove in, so at least
But we did finally get the wood stove.
if fuel does double in cost, oh well. Trees are everywhere.
Well, we already have trees down and more coming.
Nice box cutter.
Yeah, you like my box cutter?
I ripped the zipper. No. Oh, I was stuck.
I have 3 hand sickles right now. One of these days, I want to order a whole pallet full, and then I'll start selling them on the website because these things are
These
things are great gardening tools.
I know, right? I messed up the zipper.
And when the trick-or-treaters arrive, you can just smile. Would you like some candy?
No.
You're here for the trick, aren't you? All right, you've got, looks like you got more curtains, Mary.
I stuffed the zipper.
These are blackout window panels.
Cotton.
Cotton? All right. So, more curtains, blackout panels, set of 2. These are heavy.
Oh.
Where are these going? The bedroom window?
Uh-huh.
All right.
There's
That's really where we need it because we don't have any heat in the bedroom. We have a floor furnace, which
in the middle of the living room.
Is in the middle of the living room. It's the only heat this house came equipped with, other than a wall heater, a built-in wall heater, propane wall heater, the kind that you can't light
propane
anymore, or not propane, natural gas. Yeah, the kind that you cannot use anymore because it's too much of a fire hazard and a carbon monoxide.
This is what I need my mommy. I can't fix a stupid zipper.
Speaking of carbon monoxide hazards, did you grab that CO2 detector? Okay.
Ow.
Is this one for me or is this one for you?
Oh, you can have it. It's battery operated, so when the power goes out, because there's something in the kitchen, looks like a CO2. I don't know what it is, but when the power goes out,
winter stuff, CO2 detector, carbon CO detectors, carbon monoxide detectors. Can't talk. Okay, boom, right there. Katie's saying in the late 40s, unit home with an attic that could be turned. Apartment grew an outside stairway. Another family appeared under that same roof. And guess what? They grew gardens.
On the
Yeah.
roof?
Uh,
Oh, what's in there?
no, probably in the backyard.
Oh, damn it.
Mm.
Will you hand me my glass? I just realized I left it over there.
That's good tea.
Put this over there. My tea is done for.
Okay.
It's good. You know what's in there.
Uh-huh. Critters got into it?
That means it's okay. I'll get him out. There's a fork over here.
They crunch nice.
Thanks.
There's just some vine.
Hmm.
All right, hang on. Okay. You do the honors of holding on to this for a minute.
Oh yeah. Let me hold this. What could go wrong? Oops.
Oh, there's another row behind this row of boxes. Oh my
What do you
goodness.
think that they're leaning up against?
Oh, so I want to get those last.
Nice box over there.
This has a nice box cutter. Yeah.
We used
It can cut through tree limbs about
There's a seatbelt cutter on this one.
about
You can
an inch and a half or so, just right through.
Mm-hmm.
All right, is this the wool? This is the wool. Oh wow, these are heavy. Okay, so we've got the wool blankets. Where did those hooks go? The ones that these clip onto, or the ones that clip on, the ones that clip onto this.
Somewhere.
All right, so these are the heavy wool.
I hope I got big enough curtain rods.
These are the heavy wool blankets. These are heavy. All right, so this will give us some really good insulation around the windows.
Oh my goodness.
Yay.
Okay, I'm starting to think I need to order bigger curtains because these are heavy. Wool blankets are heavy. The curtains are heavy. But the brackets I got, I was like, those look huge. But you're like, ah.
Oh. I'm laughing because you're talking about ordering more stuff. Here, figure out what you're going to do with this.
I'm going to take one of them with me whenever I get back into my truck. Oh. Okay, we're going to need
those are hefty.
Okay, maybe we won't be able to hang these. The wall will fall in.
Well, I'll just have to make sure I find the studs. Find the studs and use the 3-inch screws to anchor them in place. Okay, let's get this out of the way. Oh my goodness.
He also secures doors really well.
All right.
Sorry.
This here has got to be more curtain rods, right?
That'd be the big ones.
Unless it's a tree, and I don't think it's a tree. Because
we wouldn't order a tree through Amazon. It'd be good when we got here.
Because occasionally I get trees in boxes this size.
Yeah, but not from Amazon.
Usually not from Amazon. You never know. Any given week, I've got some odd tree coming in from some far corner of the world.
Maybe we don't have to stretch them out as far so they stay more strong.
Okay, yep, there we go. There are.
This is very durable. They look durable. Oh, just check the box.
There's your other curtain rods. Those are nice. They're good, sturdy metal.
But they're supposed to extend out, so I may not want to make them as. I bought some that were super, super long, right? So I'm like going to insulate the whole damn room of blankies. So I like blankies. Did you too? Did you scare the dog? The poor dog. The dog's not even in here. She was by the front door. Somehow she escaped.
I bounced it off the furnace, though.
Lucky her.
Oh, my goodness. All right, so here's another box. Oh, my goodness, Mary.
Welcome to his world.
Yeah. Vicky's asking at some point, could you put a link to where you've got the stuff, particularly the blankets? Yeah.
Oh, I should make a video on. I try to make your videos. Basically, usually Amazon, because I have Amazon Prime. And what I usually do is I put a whole bunch of blankets in my shopping cart and put for buy later. And then I go through trying to figure out how much I'm paying for a square foot. And I just keep going until the square foot drops down, but the blanket keeps getting bigger. I didn't do that with the stupid little camp blankets. These are the best Tupperware dishes ever. They deliver Chinese soup in these, and they don't spill. And then we got them different sizes. So
one quart flower pots.
Oh yeah, but they come with lids.
Do they?
Yes, it's like the Chinese soup one, but the next size up.
1 quart flower pots with lids. All right.
No, they're Tupperware. There's a Tupperware you don't mind throwing away.
Great for whenever you make up a bunch of chili and you need to store some for later.
Yeah, because Mom decided that she didn't want to eat any.
Because I like to make up big pots of
Where I
chili.
got these from.
Mm.
I gotta open them up.
Especially once we get that stove going.
I did one time get my tent out and put down the tarp that I ordered. I found a tarp with stakes. And then there was a fuzzy blanket that went in the floor. Because I'm not going to get an air mattress.
What happened to the steaks? Did you eat them?
I wasn't going to get an air mattress because I have a dog. And the dog will
eat your steaks.
Yeah, and then pop your air mattress.
All right. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, gotta keep it
We've been going for half an hour. I need a break.
No, nobody wants to see that. I'm sorry.
It's getting warm in here.
You're wearing a hat and a heavy t-shirt.
It's not a heavy t-shirt.
It's kind of. It's not light. It's
I'm drinking
durable.
green tea with cinnamon and honey in it. It makes my metabolism kick up.
Oh, I just didn't have the honey.
Mm.
I had the cinnamon and green tea.
Yeah, it makes me break into a sweat.
Oh, and you had the second cup.
Yep, it's good stuff. Good stuff. Good stuff. All right. Oh, we're gonna have to figure out someplace to put.
We'll lean those up against the door to stick.
I'm gonna put them over here with your other curtains right over there. All right.
My next home time maybe we'll do that.
We're not done yet. We're starting to knock the pile down, but
how
we're
not to do that video.
Oh.
Like how-to videos, but somebody breaks something or drops something.
Put that back there. Okay.
I think I like my camera better. We gotta get you a smart.
Here, you hold this box for a moment. What?
We gotta get you a smartphone. Look how easy that is.
No, I had a smartphone before. It was horrible. I didn't like it.
I couldn't even operate that phone. That's how bad this phone was. And I can operate. Now that the touchscreen technology is better. Sorry, I'm looking at my phone when I say this. Now that touchscreen technology is better, I can actually use it.
All right, there.
But the first touchscreen technology, I can do it. I'd be at the casino, right? I'm cleaning. They got these new machines in, and this lady says, "Hey, can you clean my machine?" I said, "Sure." It played. I screamed, ran.
Oh, she's got a knife.
Ooh, might get my finger.
Treasure the warmth while you have it. Winter is coming. Yeah, it is.
Oh yeah, nice hot
Somewhere
tea.
around here.
I've been ordering that tea in bulk. It's gunshot tea,
gunpowder.
Gunpowder tea.
Special gunpowder. It's finely granulated little bits of tea. Whenever they get hydrated, they unfold into the full tea leaf.
He found it at Nam Hai, and I was like, you really seem to like it. I wonder if we can get it, because we weren't ever going back to Nam Hai that much. Because when we go to Nam Hai,
it's on the other side of town, and we spend a lot of money. Yeah.
Because we're like, oh my god, this is amazing. We must try one of everything. No, usually that's me. I must try one of everything.
It's a nice international market, but we always blow a paycheck whenever we're there.
No, just half a paycheck.
Oh, is it half a paycheck? Wait for it. I think we got something. We got something
a bunch here. Of this is what we got.
What are these? Yeah. Yep. Okay. Let me put these to this side for the moment.
What's that one?
We'll just pull that box out and we'll get rid of this box. More mulch come springtime. Yay! More mulch.
Something broke.
What?
Cartons. This may be more cups.
All right. Hold on to that. Okay, what we have here, I'm going to unpackage this real quick. It's from Terra Garden. T-E-R.
Oh, this is the seedlings. There's bigger.
Yeah. Terra Garden.
No yet.
What?
Nothing.
Huh? What? What
I
did you
think
say?
there's bigger ones around here somewhere.
Okay, these are. What are these?
They're supposed to be seedlings.
Okay, so this is these are row covers that go over your seedlings for whenever you just have seedlings start. I don't think you can see this. Okay, so Mary's phone can see it. Well, except the writing's backwards.
The glare.
Yeah, the glare's not good.
No.
Hang on a sec.
Open it up a little bit.
All right, let me. You just open up the package, I guess.
What's this?
All right, so.
Oh,
so it comes with
so dinky.
little hoops, and it's like
several.
a little miniature caterpillar tunnel. Oh, isn't that cute?
I'm glad I got more than one.
Okay, they're taped together here at the bottom. I have to undo these.
I get more than one because they look kind of small according to the footage.
Yeah, they are kind of small.
And I remember you had the stuff in the front yard.
Yeah.
And you had two things of that, and then you had the garlic, which I don't think garlic.
The garlic doesn't care if we get frost.
Okay, so one for the potatoes and the other one for the little broccoli.
Oh, I've got in one patch. I've got these won't work on it. It's only if you have seedlings in a row. So if you got
This would
seedlings in a
work.
row, these would work to protect them.
I told
If you
him to
wind up
order 'em. He's
having,
like, you do it.
if
He's picky. He does.
no, because I was thinking about just going and getting the components and assembling them myself. All right, so here we have it. So if you got your seedlings all out in a little row and they got started and you're anticipating frost, hey, looky.
Like 1 year we
You can-
didn't. The tomatoes.
Yeah, I remember last year.
This year they made it.
Last year in the spring, I
There was a cat and a sink involved.
I had my transplants out and they didn't make it. Well, that might
The noodlehead
that
threw
might
the
be of
cat at him.
some benefit. That was a good video. I liked it. So there was what, two of these in each pack, and you got 2 packs of these.
I guess we got some more.
Well, I mean,
They're so short.
that's nice.
We used to have other covers. If you remember buying giant stacks of CDs because you weren't
2
bootlegging.
clear window well covers back to back. That's a good idea. Well, anything you can do to protect your plants. I mean, ideally,
I
I'd
also
like
have
to use.
painter's plastic in here. Oh, I'm not supposed to see what I got in here. It's
Ideally,
supposed to be a surprise, sorry. But here's more stuff. Because I didn't know what you
ideally,
get. Oh, ideally what? Sorry.
I would like to use cloches.
What's
but
that?
They're expensive. Cloches are bell jars. They're glass jars that are made to go over your plant and provide it with protection. And that's your pre-invention of plastic solution. They're also reusable infinitely unless you break them.
True. I would be careful though.
There are things about using plastic row covers that I don't like. There's part of the concept is it's plastic.
Plastic's bad for the environment.
Yeah. Plastic is ultimately bad for the environment. It takes a long time to break down.
Yes, I don't know what
to
this
break down
is.
properly.
Is this something you ordered?
And generally, I'd like to have a more permanent
I know what it
solution for season extension.
We need to go get more lumber.
What's this?
Directions.
Oh, so this thing is a
You have to get lumber.
firewood rack.
But you need lumber.
All right, but it takes lumber to assemble. So
yeah, so just like stick them together and something. There's screws involved.
Okay.
Well, it's either that or you get these tiny little metal brackets that were like super thin.
Screws involved. Yeah.
Or the more heavier duty.
Does this go outside or does this go next to the fireplace?
This goes inside.
This goes inside next to the
fireplace. You can stack whatever you want outside.
Right,
I didn't want you to have to go outside
right.
and then
Keep the instructions with it and put it next to the fireplace if you could, please. Thank you.
wood stove.
Or wood stove.
I wish we had a
We
fireplace.
don't have a fireplace. Oh my gosh.
We had a fireplace. I would open every window and door and turn on the AC.
Until it got cold enough that we go, oh yeah, now we just have to light up the fireplace.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, the entire house would smell like burnt wood after that point, but
And
it's
cook
better than
breakfast
smelling
on
like the
it.
cat went on the carpet. So
Ew, I hate that cat.
yeah.
I call her muffins for a reason. No, I should call her earmuffs. Maybe I should call her mittens.
It's my daughter's cat. Oh, when she went to go live with her grandpa up in Pennsylvania, she didn't take her cat with her. She just got a new one when she got there. I'm not going to complain too much because you only get grandpas for so long. Enjoy them while you have them.
In spite of them being ornery.
Oh, her grandpa is.
Cantankerous, ornery.
He's an ex-Marine for starters. Well, as you guys know, there is no such thing as an ex-Marine.
Uh-huh.
Hang on. Don't say anything about what this is. If you know what it is, don't say anything. I'll pull it out and look at it later. I'll show it off. Okay, here we go.
Oh, okay, we're done.
Plastic drop cloth, which can be used for row cover or for tacking up over windows on the outside.
I buy everything.
Extra insulation and season extension.
Because they come in rolls.
Convenient package.
But
But
the
you
rolls are.
you can get this in rolls too.
But where's your roll? And they're so bulky.
This is 0.3 mil. This will last next to no time at all.
Oh, fine. You still got some painting to do.
My plastic sheeting I've got out there is 5 mil. Still not appropriate for putting up a poly cover. Simple Jones. Yes, Mary is the wife. Mary. Simple Jones wants to know if we're married.
Yeah, I'm Mary is Tulsa Fox. Tulsa Fox is Mary.
Yeah, show him the ring. She's got a ring.
Where's Gray and truck stops? I'm sorry, you were saying? Oh, I gotta go.
I got in the habit of not wearing any jewelry whenever I was working on energized equipment in the Navy.
I thought these would be smaller. Hmm.
Oh, yeah. Ooh, Vicky says I found hearty chameleon online. It's ready to be able to endure some cold. I think in zone 6, nice to be able to grow real tea. I tried it one year. I didn't have success, but that doesn't mean that there was anything wrong with the plants. It was probably more wrong with the place I had them planted. Remember clay patch out there in the front yard?
He made
That's
a video.
where I put them in, and they
in.
they didn't make it through the year. So I'm up to try them again one of these days. Real tea is nice.
Yeah, he made a video on trying to amend the soil, and apparently there was a lot of forking involved.
Lots and lots of forking.
I had him do a little SOS food. Do you see this?
Yeah.
Last time I had this in a box, and the mice got it.
They have cinnamon flavoring in this one.
It's supposed to be cinnamon and coconut.
All right, so these are
wait.
These are our SOS lifeboat rations.
I think I'll let you have that one.
Yeah. Oh, you're going to take the one with the cinnamon flavor?
But the rodents get into, so I gotta be careful. I'll feed that one to the dog.
So each packet contains 9 biscuits. Each biscuit has 410 calories. So if you're looking for something that you can pack into your
sweet, but plain.
For something to pack into your car along with your emergency blanket in your car, so you have something to eat in case you do get stranded out there in a snowbank somewhere.
Make sure you have lots of water.
Have lots of water too, or if you're going to be using snow water, make sure you melt it before you drink it. Don't just eat snow; you'll give yourself a case of hypothermia. But 410 calories each, with nine little lifeboat biscuits in each one of these packets. Is that wide, that tall, that narrow. That's how much is that?
Oh, how much was it?
410 calories times 9 packages.
My calculator's playing phone right now. Where's yours?
Mm.
It's like a mini MRE. I think you'll be fine.
That's more than a day's worth, and especially if you're just staying in one place with your emergency beacon activated, trying to stay warm.
How many calories for one?
410 in one, each one.
Each one bar provides
Each one bar is 410 calories, yeah.
It's a nibbler.
It's pretty hefty, too. All right, so emergency food to stash in your car.
I'll let you have that one. So you're going to pick it.
Yeah.
Did we get on the water in there?
Replace these every 5 years or so.
5 years.
That's what they say.
All right, set that over there.
That's what they say. They're probably still good after that.
But like a bottle of water has to have a day.
I imagine they're still edible after that. I don't know that they were ever good.
I think the cat's jumping on the bed. Well, I see tail flying by. Can you look through the door? Mm-hmm. I think she's pouncing on the dog.
Oh, okay.
The cat is evil. Next.
Vicky says, when we get plants, they absolutely depend upon us for their welfare. Oh.
Plants or animals?
Plants. Depending upon the plant. Arr, arr. All right.
We have.
Well, I do like getting plants that grow like weeds.
Tomatoes. Basil. Orange didn't come back. Or did it?
We had a couple volunteers, yeah. Oh. I planted more, but we had some volunteers.
Oh.
I don't think we're gonna get any. I don't think we're gonna get any volunteers this year, though.
So is this
is just a really poor showing.
Oh, sporks.
Really?
What?
You got sporks? Yeah, that's pretty good.
Okay. These are awesome in the camper world. You scared of that? It's like a fork on one end, a spoon on the other, and they make them long enough to get inside those macaroni and cheese envelopes or whatever that those people eat. Well, I have like
James Katzenese says, hi, Green Country Agroforestry. Hi, James. Hi, how you doing? Vicky is saying
James Jason.
Homemade granola would be less expensive and more nutritious. Yeah.
Whenever he gets around to making it.
Yeah, there's that too. There's that. Yeah. What's in this baggie?
This is another pack of a different style, a different
kind. Hold it up
kind.
to the camera, and it's like it's in your lap.
Okay.
What is that?
It's supposed to be a bag instead of a bag, but I guess it's folded into a bag. Okay. Or maybe it's the one that did.
Kind of bag, like a bag that you carry stuff in.
Yeah, it's a backpack.
Okay.
Because I was really disappointed.
Or backpacks. Hattie Garden says hello to Mary and Jason. Hi, Hattie Garden.
We didn't quite have backpacks, so we went on that little hiking trip.
Yeah.
I thought I could put way more into my day pack than I thought I could, so I thought, you know what? I got 2 different kinds because I watched so many videos and I don't know what I will and won't like.
My footage from recovering the
so this is
the
a lot
seas
longer.
for Turkey Mountain a couple of weeks ago is still in the camera, and I need to get it out.
You didn't.
I don't have it out yet. Yeah, it's still on the card.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm the only person that has footage for that. Oh, I'm so sorry. We keep talking
Well,
about
I've got footage. It's just I have to get it out to the point where you can see it.
But we keep talking about it like you've seen it. I'm sorry.
Did you not show them footage of?
I have mine up.
Okay.
But it's like usually Jason's talking and I wander off like blah blah blah.
I think you've got the clip where I'm talking about alligators in Oklahoma.
Oh yeah, for the dog.
Yeah.
We wandered off. We're like,
Dog's wandering off. Hey, you know we have alligators out here because we were right next to that pond. We don't actually have alligators in northeastern Oklahoma. There's only 4 counties in Oklahoma where there's alligators.
Oh, more of those Chinese soup bowls.
Yeah. Okay. You got more bowls and lids.
The
More
best
bowls and
Tupperware ever. They're.
And I use these to put seeds in and all kinds of stuff.
I need to get him a second refrigerator.
We really do, actually.
I got him a second freezer. There's a chest freezer. And he's like, it's really hard to find stuff in here. So I bought an upright freezer. And somebody had said it was good and bad that there were drawers.
Right.
And I thought to myself, how many times do you open up your freezer and the bag of broccoli or the bag of peas roll out because they don't stack?
Yeah.
And
inevitably in our refrigerator, I've got at least one of the drawers that I always have something stratifying in.
I think there's red buds in one.
Yeah.
Some rotten fruit in another one.
Pears. This is pears.
And there's pears outside on the just sitting around with a bunch of drunk butterflies. Like you scare them, like whoa, and they kind of land somewhere. And I was like you scared them.
She decided to let her thumbs do the walking and ordered a whole bunch of stuff from Amazon this past week. I've just let it pile up until I was going to let it go until Wednesday, and then
He thought, oh, he'll hold me hostage and make me open this stuff. This is subscribing stuff.
Yeah, I figured, Marion, since you ordered all this stuff, you can help to open it and explain what in the world it is that you got that we're all looking at.
Emergency matches. They have little strings in them, and then there's like a striker rod.
You got to pull one of those out and demo it.
I don't know. I've only seen it on a video.
All right.
It's how I end up buying it. Okay. Oh no, I'm that guy.
You're that guy. You're good. Yeah.
I buy camping gear and I don't even go camping.
You're gonna do the camping gear video right now.
I do. I buy camping gear. I don't even go camping. I'm afraid I might have to one day. So I want to, not be miserable doing it. I can't get it open. You haven't done a look at yours?
Don't say anything about what's in this box.
No,
it's gotta wait. It's gotta wait.
Wait till what?
It's gotta wait until you do the thing with your thing.
Okay.
Okay. So you've got your little match thing.
Pull it out.
Okay, you pulled it out. All right.
Drop the directions.
Drop the directions on the floor. Promptly forget them, and lose them and forget them where they are.
Okay, there's a thingy here.
How big are hazelnut root systems, and do they grow fast?
So
So
I don't know how yours been doing. Okay, this unscrews.
It depends. I've got spots where they're growing really
There's your
well, and I've got
string.
spots where they're just kind of limping along.
There's a little piece of metal in there in the string.
Fully grown, the root system's going to be
I think the ferro rod is in there.
probably around
Right
300 square feet.
Huh?
The root system of the hazelnut
Well,
tree.
they'd be as big as a tree, right?
A little bit bigger, yeah.
Is that the ferro rod? I think so. Oh, yep, that's ferro rod. Ferro rod's in this little protective sleeve. And then you would add lighter fluid.
Okay, so
And then,
flint striker, wick,
and that keeps it from spilling or.
steel rod.
Okay. I'm not actually going to do that. Light it
Why
now.
Did you feel it?
No, made you catch a house on fire?
I'm not going to catch the house on fire.
You know me.
I want to see it work.
I don't know.
Does it work?
The one in the video did. I don't even know how to open this.
It says,
Okay, how to open
fill with
this?
lighter fluid, strike, enjoy the flame. What?
How do you open the lighter fluid?
Very carefully.
Duh. Always a sarcasm. Now I don't know how much you add. Does it say how much you add?
Let's see. Fill with lighter fluid, unscrew, directly fill. Do not fill the container more than half full.
Okay. How are you supposed to know that? You can't see in here.
Do not fill more than half full.
So,
Oh, hello. Oh my goodness.
never mind.
I'm going to set myself on fire now.
I'm glad you don't
Here,
smoke
put that in
anymore.
there.
I am so glad you don't smoke anymore because
Oh my
you
goodness.
would. What's the smell? I don't know. Who farted?
Mm.
Why is it burning?
Oh wow, it's almost completely evaporated.
Not over here.
Yeah. So, answers
Thanks,
simple
Jason.
Joe's questions. Probably around 300 square feet altogether. The spread of an American hazelnut tree is about 144 square feet, or about
I can
12
let
foot
that dry and then see if
from
that
side to
leaks.
side, but circular. So just a little bit wider than the
Okay, crazy
spread of the tree.
person. You
All
mean
right,
flammables?
all right. We'll let that sit for a moment and let the wick soak. And while
And
the
let
wick
the
is
rest of
soaking,
it dry.
let's see what else
That's a
Mary
big
got.
one.
There we go. This is 10 by 30 foot blanket plant covers,
I think you have to buy the hoops.
and we'd have to get hoops. You
Oh,
can either
there's some.
get hoops, or you can always use a little bit of
That thing right there.
that thing right there, rebar and PEX tubing, and just bend your PEX tubing over.
You know what PEX
All right.
tubing is?
You find it at the hardware store.
Right.
Yeah. So there we go. We've got.
All I ever need is pliers, screws, and
I was going to wait until Wednesday to open up these, but we might get our frost before then, so I figure we'll probably better open these up and get these out.
Is it frost?
Maybe.
It was a cool day.
It was in the 40s last night. That's close to frosting.
That's not really frosting.
Close to the ground. If it's 40s, and if it's in the 40s, close to the ground, you can have frost. We didn't, but we can get close. Did I get a cabin tent? No.
What the hell is a cabin tent? Square tent?
Vicky's saying, I've read that hazelnut roots can go down 20 feet or more. They're useful for erosion control.
But my yard sucks.
Just about any good tree is good for erosion control. Right?
The pecans are doing great.
Hang on a second. Let me throw this box way over there. Oh, that was horrible.
Should I start breaking them down? You stop.
Way over there. There we go. Okay.
That's why the dog's afraid of him.
All right.
Almost done.
Yeah, hold on to these.
What?
Here, actually, hold them up there in front of the camera and just smile. There we go. So, anyway, tree roots and erosion control. I was actually thinking in the lines of no, John, didn't move the time. It's just my regular camera is broken, and I have to use the laptop camera to do any sort of production at all. So figured we'd just do it a live stream and tell you what was going on, and open up a bunch of packages that Mary ordered from Amazon.
Because I'm here and I'm being held hostage.
And at the moment,
forced labor.
At the moment, the discussion turned to well, yeah, oaks. There's some other ones that are like that too, that just go on surface level, and then
because they like water.
When they fall over. All right. What I was going to say is, if you've got really sandy soil and you're having a hard time holding organic matter in your sandy soil, you can plant trees. Now, I'm going to use Robinia pseudacacia as an example. You might hate me if you plant Robinia pseudacacia and you're not prepared for the consequences. It's one of those trees that sends out a lot of roots underground, short distance underground, just a couple inches under the surface, and form a nice mat that will hold organic matter. So if you've got a problem keeping organic matter in sandy soil, you can plant trees along either side of where you want to do your planting. Let those roots go in, and that will help hold your organic matter in.
What's the normal name for that plant?
Black locust.
Oh, I thought that's what you were going to say. Okay.
Black locust is really good at that. It's also really good at cutting you to the quick whenever you walk by.
So put this on your fence line and just keep it moved.
It's great on a fence line.
Along with your wild raspberries and poison ivy.
Now, if you're using black locust for a fence line, you can actually use the black locust as a living fence post, and then just pollard it. Keep pollarding it, and then use all that foliage for mulch, because it's a nitrogen fixer.
Hi, there you go.
So you're going to have a lot of nitrogen in those leaves whenever you go to compost them. All right. So I'm presuming that we unscrew here.
Oh, sniff it.
And
oh, Okay, it works.
It works. Nice reusable match.
Because I like gadgets. That's also why I'm recording this on my channel, because there's gadgets. And I need.
That's nice. How many
footage.
were in that package? 5 of them? And it comes on a little key fob, so you can have
1,
this.
2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah.
You can have
There's
this
extra
attached to your,
string in there too.
yeah, you can have this attached to your key ring, and you've got yourself a little reusable match. I mean, this is filled with
my
lighter
wondering
fluid, but
is, will this leak in your pocket?
really,
Because you might want to put this in a sandwich bag with all your other.
we'll try it out. We'll find out if it leaks in the pocket or not.
Okay, so what I should do is lay it down on some. Boop, I'll lay it down, and if that gets wet.
Yep, you could also get
Oh,
yourself
no.
some methanol, or any other alcohol.
Well, that was the recommended,
So
a butane lighter,
Yeah.
you know.
So if you
For your
got your pear trees, plum trees, peach trees, or any other sort of fruit bearing tree that makes a lot of sugar, you can save those fruits and make a wine out of them. Take the wine and put it into a jug on your back porch.
Is
Let
that
it
what we
freeze.
call it
Pour off
nowadays?
the liquid, or pour the liquid portion into another bottle. Discard the frozen portion. Let it freeze again. Pour off the liquid portion into another bottle. Put it on the back porch until it doesn't freeze anymore. And at that point, check and see if it will ignite. And if it will, you could use that.
Oh, that's
for
crazy.
your reusable match.
If you can't drink it, use it for lighter fluid.
I've done it before. All right. Hey, we're getting close to the end of the stack
And we're
of
getting really
boxes
sweaty
here.
because we turned off AC because
All right.
it
Let's
makes
see.
a lot of noise.
This
I think
is
it's gotta be ancient.
something big and flat. I don't know what it is. Hi, Joe. Yeah, Zippo's great. Huh?
This says press Fred. Those are just around.
There's just around. Sassafras Red showed up. Yeah. He's trimming herbs.
And I said, is that what they call it nowadays?
Trimming herbs. Ah, yes. That's what they're calling it these days. Mm-hmm.
No, I thought that's
Trimming
smoking
herbs.
herb.
You're
thinking trimming bushes. He's trimming herb.
you're just being weird.
Was this addressed to you?
Wow, hey, they shipped us bugs. This box is full of bugs. Hang on. Mary, this box is full of bugs.
They crawl in. This dryer vent cleaner. It's not a dryer vent.
What is that?
It's a dryer vent cleaner.
What? Why do we have a dryer vent cleaner?
Okay.
I did not order this, by the way. I didn't order any of these items, by the way.
In the picture. Oh.
I thought about ordering these.
I thought it would be. It was sold as a chimney sweeper.
Oh.
It's plastic.
Is that what it is?
It was. I bought it as a chimney sweeper.
Well, that would cover a 4-inch pipe. We need something that would cover a 6-inch. Okay.
I will get the next one.
Well, whenever we install the pellet stove in the greenhouse, you could use that brush to brush the flue for the pellet stove in the greenhouse, because that'll use a 4-inch flue.
We'll probably lose it before then.
I'm already considering what kind of stove I want for my greenhouse. So.
Oh.
Yep, reusable match. It's been the herb, but since biblical times. The herb. Yeah. So I know. I was looking at these, going, I should get some of these because winter's coming.
Money. He feels bad if he spends any money.
Yeah, I do.
But if I buy it for him, he has a list a mile long. I just have to remember everything.
I also feel bad about getting plastic road covers, because they're going to be usable a couple of times, and then they're landfill bound, and
Actually, plastics are biodegradable. It's just, I don't know, they could be left out in the elements to break down. Instead we bury them.
It takes ultraviolet light, and then they break down.
That's probably why it break down faster in the ocean than it would.
Except for PVC. Polyvinyl chloride doesn't break down very well.
Yeah, at all.
I don't think polystyrene breaks down very well either. Polystyrene styrofoam.
Oh, yeah, no.
We might.
Unless you make napalm out of it.
We might do a little bit of recycling of polystyrene here in a few years. When we start working on the house build, the new house, after we get. Hey, it must be 6:30.
He's gonna whack me.
No.
Usually that's when he does his live stream.
No. It's usually whenever I get ready to do the live stream. that
But he
alarm
can't
says,
set it for
"Hey,
a day.
Jason, by the way, you need to make sure that you've got your teeth brushed and
Coffee ready.
your coffee ready and cameras set up and everything functioning," because that's usually about the time it gets
You want to
started
see
on.
this?
Anyway,
You guys
so
came in late.
oh yeah, this is what Jason did to his camera.
This is why he hasn't.
It was on the tripod and it blew over. Hang on a second. We'll just remove the wire here because the wire is the only thing holding it on.
Oh,
So
that's awful.
it,
No,
busted.
Don't
And
pull on it.
whenever it fell over, it also did something that made it impossible for me to recover the data from the memory card. So until I get another camera that I can.
I thought you ordered a cord.
I ordered a cord first.
You didn't order a camera?
I'm going to order the camera if the cord that I'm getting tomorrow doesn't work.
I was still getting a camera.
I'm still getting a new camera. Anyway, so whenever when we get to building our greenhouse, which will have living quarters in it, so it's actually a house with just a really, really large sunroom. Yeah.
Okay, thanks.
Building a house with a 2-story sunroom. But the north wall, east wall, and west wall we want to do in aircrete. We're thinking about, or I was thinking about using a polystyrene composite aircrete, so it'll be extremely lightweight, lots of insulation, and another way to recycle a material that otherwise would just wind up filling a landfill.
And you can make this in any shape, I would imagine. So it would look like a wood barn from the back. You can have sliding barn doors.
Katie says, I went to a mattress store. They had a lot of covers for bed things that they removed. They are a pressed fabric I use for plant covers, cost free. That is cool.
Oh yeah, mattresses.
Thank you for sharing, Katie. By the way, that's a great idea.
Trucker mattresses. They always give us new mattresses because the bed bug scare. I was like, oh yay! I'm like, I have it for a month, and I'm in for a half a month.
And I'm considering getting the the Oklahoma medical card for the herb, simply because I've had enough people ask me questions about growing it that I can give you general answers, but I have never tried growing the stuff myself. So
I wonder why they're asking so many questions.
So I may get myself qualified to be able to grow some.
How much is this gonna cost me?
Nah, not much.
You and your hobbies.
Not much.
I want to talk
Just
about
like
mine.
growing anything else. Oh, hallelujah! This is one of the things that I was wanting last week. Okay. This will feature in many videos in the future. Ta-da!
Do you ever get it?
Yes.
It's a styrofoam. Lovely styrofoam wrap. This is so handy. We'll roll this around the dog and just make her all nice and comfy. And
there you go. Keep digging.
Handy. Miniature shovel.
All right.
It's a miniature shovel. I thought it was so cute.
So I did one video this past year with wood ashes, and I've got another one planned for the future.
You can put a handle on it.
Because we did, we're growing our own corn, of course, some really nice native corn. And to properly prepare it, you have to nixtamalize. So we used calcium, the calcium hydroxide, Mexicali lime. But the other way of doing it is with hardwood ash. And so for our wood stove, we've got our ash bucket here.
Got a handle on the side.
It's got
a handle on the back.
It's got handles on the back, the side, everything. So we're good to go. And we've got the scooper to go with it.
And it can have a handle. There is a room there in this thing for at least a foot long handle.
Yeah. Yep. And that can go right there.
Flip it around. There you go. Here you go.
That? No, it doesn't fit that way.
It's bent.
I don't know.
Oh, it's bent in. You gotta.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah, it's not quite flat.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll get that sorted out presently.
They didn't have the one I wanted anymore.
Look at that. Isn't
so
that
I got
nice?
This one.
All right. So we've got
I was thinking bronze or something.
Ash can to put our hot ashes in.
But it
of course, we've tile out on the floor next to the wood stove, so we don't have to worry about burning the hardwood floor.
Team, let me do this favor.
With an ash bucket.
Floor.
Sastra Shred saying soil is key. Happy Bird Seeds is the bomb. Great people, kind and helpful. I love autoflowers.
What are autoflowers? Website?
Vicky says, I've heard that you can have both herb or, but not both. Federal, but federally, you're not allowed to have herb anyway.
Oh yeah, still yeah.
So I don't know.
Usually the best way for laws to change is basically every state agrees. Like California says we're a sanctuary state this way, and Texas and Wyoming say they're
This is
sanctuaries.
whenever he figures out that they can make money off of it, then the laws change.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Mostly. But as states slowly decide what they will and won't enforce, because there's not enough federal whatnots to enforce all those rules and regulations they insist on having.
No, but since I'm an anarchist, if I was growing the stuff, they'd definitely come after me.
Let me give you an example. At my work, we literally have to hire a safety guy at our own expense. What did I say? We literally have to hire a safety guy at our own expense to enforce federal rules that they may or not one day sneak up on us and check. We have a whole guy dedicated to this nonsense. Quite frankly, he's grumpy.
John Stanley has Civil War because of state rights. Well, yeah. You got to ask the question: if the several states that formed the Union at once upon a time.
You mean the War of Northern Aggression? Yeah. That went badly.
If the several states that came together to form a union had the power and authority in and of themselves to enter into a union or an agreement or form a nation of that sort, then they should therefore also have the power and authority to say we no longer wish to be a part of this union. We want a divorce, so to speak, and they should be able to withdraw. But what Lincoln proved was that the states do not have the right or the authority to make such decisions, which makes the question of how they formed the union in the first place kind of questionable. Anyway,
I was going to say, well, there were several presidents who did things that were unconstitutional. There was somebody like jailed journalists.
There are a lot of unconstitutional laws on the books. That would have been Adams, number 2.
And they just
Alien and Sedition Act.
As soon as the Whiskey Rebellion happened, it was pretty much over.
That would have been number 1, George Washington. Yep. Marched 13,000 men on the state of Pennsylvania.
And nobody came to the rescue.
Nobody came to Pennsylvania's rescue.
Hey.
Yep.
What? Did you just look at yourself?
No, Sean said, I'd love to text more, but my fingers are too sticky. Love you.
Oh. You read faster than I do.
I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah.
It is hot in here. That's why we're pink.
Yeah. Red's got sticky fingers.
He's a pothead.
Hmm?
If you hear somebody dying, like they're outside dying.
He just said he was trimming herb. That's all he said. Yeah, and it specified what kind of herb. It could have been oregano. It could have been parsley. It could have been cilantro.
Why does my phone look like that?
I don't know. Why does your phone look like that?
It's always trying to focus.
Oh. Could be because of the settings on the phone. They can try to focus. Wow, look at all these boxes over here. I'm going to be able to shoot so much whenever springtime arrives. Okay.
What was all that for?
What's what?
What do you have to do?
Oh, I don't know.
Being melodramatic.
Huh?
It's not that bad. Why do you have gloves?
Okay, so.
No.
So.
I'm not moving. I'm staying right here. Unless you go for my face.
So out of my surgical supplies that I keep stashed away for special purposes. Actually, this box is open and non-sterile, so we're not using them for that. Okay, so now we're ready to handle herbs. Like, I don't know. Things that are somewhat tacky. Like
those aren't smokable.
Like these guys.
Are they really tacky?
Yeah, they're sticky.
Oh, yeah, they are.
Yeah. There's a nice red bud for you.
It's not red bud.
It's a bud. It's red.
I picked it.
Actually, it's not a bud. This is a cluster of shumac berries.
Shumac. What's it called?
Staghorn shumac.
I was so way off.
This is the one that tastes like lemonade.
That's the one I totally misspelled. And Yeah.
So we got these guys. We're going to try to get these started from seed.
Between me and Google.
I've got a nice little spot over there in the meadow.
Staghorn.
Staghorn.
Who wants to put a meadow between the houses?
Sumac. Shumac.
I did not know what it was called.
S-H-O-E.
And Google spelled it. Okay, I didn't know what it was called. Google spelled it. All right.
Oh.
Wasn't me.
I also noticed that the canna lily seeds, whenever they're he said oregano.
Snap.
The canna lily seeds, whenever they're first coming off the plant, are a bit tacky too. They got some sort of resin
big ones
on them.
out there?
Yeah, the big red ones.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Yellow ones.
Yeah, Whiskey Rebellion was Hamilton's work. Alexander Hamilton. Yep, Secretary of the Treasury
yes,
under George Washington, the president of the two biggest banks in the nation at the time.
Had to walk the troops down there.
Vicky is correct, by the way. That's not bud; it's fruits. She's right. That's the seeds, the berries.
Teeny fruits.
But it does. It looks like a great big old. Where did that mullein seed pod go?
The one that looks one by
itself. She put it in a little tiny sandwich baggie, and it really does look
it's fallen apart since then. So now it's like in pieces.
Yeah, if we got raided, they just have all kinds of fun testing everything. There's nothing illegal here.
That's okay. We
have that various plant material.
They'll be calling in late. Sorry, your wipes aren't coming today.
It's all clearly labeled though.
Because old people forget. Label your sandwich baggies.
Yeah, it was a very, very sad situation with Alexander Hamilton.
I keep saying it was a scam.
It was. He had the two largest banks in the country, in New York at the time. Alexander wasn't even from the continental Americas. He was from the Caribbean. He was an orphan. He got adopted by a wealthy merchant. That's where his money came from. So he didn't even earn his money. He got it given to him. Lucky. And used that to open up a couple of banks, and then got the bright idea that he should try to establish a national bank for this new nation that had just come about. And so he started a campaign. That was his idea. To centralize the government. Of course, that's not the way that the United States was constituted at the time. So after doing some talking with James Madison, he managed to get Madison to come up with a new version of the Constitution at the Constitutional Convention in.
They were supposed to just work on the
1788.
Articles.
Yeah, well, they were trying to fix the things that were wrong with the Articles of the Confederation. But
why did they have this idea there was a problem in the first place? Because somebody didn't go pay off their debt.
So 1788, they decided to go ahead and scrap the United States Constitution and install an entirely new Constitution. Which effectively made it a different country than the one that
went from a confederation to federation from a confederation.
It was a confederation of separate and independent states. Every state was sovereign at that time.
And then it went to a federation.
Yeah, and then in 1788, this new constitution was introduced. They voted on it, took it back to the states to have it ratified, and kind of whitewashed over what it was, and got the people to sign it. After all, they trusted their delegates that they'd sent. And so they ratified it, except for Rhode Island, who held out, and it's becoming known as Rogue Island. And of course, one of the delegates from Virginia, Mr. Patrick Henry, who was famous for saying, "Give me liberty or give me death," wound up saying, "I smell a rat," and he walked out of the Constitutional Convention because he knew what was up. Shortly following that ratification in 1789, the United States of America ceased to exist, and a new country was put in its place called the United States of America. Yeah, I know it's a fast one, but whenever you say I'm a United States citizen, you can always say I am a United States citizen as constituted in 1781.
1781.
Which means you're a citizen with no country. In any case, when was this? 1790.
So what was Hamilton going around buying at people's debt? Ton of.
All right, I'm getting to that. So
after?
Shortly after he got the idea passed to make a federal government instead of a confederacy.
He was a busy guy.
He was going around and buying up the war debt. Now at this time, every one of the several states in the Union, the various colonies, every one had their own debt. They had borrowed, each one had individually borrowed money, and they individually owed money to various people, mainly France, for the war debt. and
Thanks,
they
man.
were at various stages of paying it off. Some had paid more, some had paid less, some were really not doing really good at discharging the debt. And Hamilton and the people that were in the know with Hamilton were going around and buying up those bonds, those debt instruments at pennies on the dollar, sometimes even 10 cents on the dollar. So 10% of face value. So they held all the debt instruments. Now, whenever 1790 rolled around, and now we've got Hamilton as the Secretary of Treasury pitching the idea of consolidating the war debt and federalizing the war debt, since we now had a federal government. That managed to get passed through Congress, and all of a sudden, all the various states' debts got rolled into one big ball, and it's now federally responsible, but there's no way to pay it, which came to the
that's why they wanted the bank.
they raised the tax, raised the tax on whiskey.
Wrong war.
Yeah, wrong war. Raised the tax on whiskey to pay for the
it's
war debt, which was now federalized, which didn't even need to be done in the first place. They could have left it the way it was and let the states pay it off, and everything would have been fine, except Hamilton would have been left holding a bunch of war debt that he's waiting to get paid off on.
Mm-hmm.
Well, as soon as they raised that tax,
There's
and were able to generate federal funds through the whiskey tax to pay off the war debt at full value, Hamilton got incredibly rich. If he wasn't incredibly rich already, his friends and buddies who also in on the scam got incredibly rich. Hey, I wonder how many of them were in Congress.
Vicky probably knows.
And people started getting really, really upset because they just fought a war over.
I think so.
They had just fought a war over taxation without adequate representation, and specifically, the Boston event was a 3% tax on tea. And
tea wasn't used like currency.
Tea was not being used as a currency or anything of that nature, but liquor was. If you're living out in the backwoods in Appalachia, you grew corn. The way you preserved the value of your corn was you turned it into whiskey, and then you could store it and trade it, use it for medicine. You could use it for exchange. It was as good as money for people living in the backcountry. I'm just putting it over here.
Hopefully, got all the boxes.
Yeah. Well, and some people got upset, particularly in Pennsylvania. They refused to pay that tax, and as a result, George Washington conscripted out of the federal treasury 13,000 men, built a small army, and marched them on Pennsylvania to arrest the people that were refusing to pay this new and, as far as I'm concerned, at the time, constitutionally invalid tax. Now, there are some people who say, oh, it was valid. It might have been valid according to today's standards after the various amendments that have been put in place. But at the time, no, I don't think it was at all. The people were very right to not pay it. But Washington marched on Pennsylvania and suppressed the Whiskey Rebellion, which is something that you barely hear about in American schools these days. Probably also very rarely ever hear about America's first Constitution in schools these days.
It's hard to find it.
Mention it in passing and then moving on, because we don't really want to talk about the fact that whenever 4th of July comes around and you're shooting off fireworks and waving your flag, the country you're celebrating is dead, has been for hundreds of years.
Like they kind of skip it, like, oh, is this the halfway point? No, that was the original Constitution.
That was, yeah. The country that we feel patriotic about is not the one we live in.
In hindsight, we do look at it as a step to what we have now. When back then was like we were trashing our Constitution, and that's why they were kind of upset that they had done that. That's where all the papers came from.
That was depressing.
What? Ending on such a bad note?
Yeah.
Okay.
From the very beginning, we've been messed up. Oh. Anyway.
That's why we were so like.
Well, that's why I'm an anarchist.
When the colonists, before they had to worry about the king, except for him trying to take, suppress them, then come back and retake them.
That was the War of 1812.
That didn't go well.
That's where the national anthem came from.
They probably were pretty much just like Wild West. If you couldn't build it or grow it or make it or whatever, you just didn't have it.
I think it was kind of funny.
Some things came from England, but.
The colonists were upset about a system of government, a bureaucratic system, really, that had at its head the titular head of government was a guy that
we'll call him
that
A.
He's the chief executive of the system of government, who had the power to command the armies. He's the chief executive of the armies, and appointed the judiciary,
Judges.
and
Right.
yeah, the judges.
Kings
Yep,
do
yep, yep.
that. Presidents do that.
And then they had a bicameral legislative process with two houses that produced the laws.
So the
And then
British
they
like to
got rid
take
of that and
credit.
replaced it with a titular head of government that has command of the armies and
This is why British
appoints
like
the
go,
judges,
hey, look, they do the same
and
thing
a
we're doing.
bicameral legislature that makes the laws. And the only difference is, instead of being, lifetime
King for life?
king,
That's the assassination
you
or
have to get
whatever.
elected.
Overthrows you.
Yeah.
So instead of being born in, you get a popularity contest.
Now the problem wasn't King George. He was just doing what kings do. And then when it came around to George Washington marching on Pennsylvania, the problem wasn't really King George. It was George Washington was just doing what kings do.
Presidents.
Kings, presidents, whatever.
Potato,
The
potato.
the problem wasn't that we had a king. The problem was you had somebody in charge. You had somebody that really is the problem.
Mm.
We put a mortal man in
whole
charge,
system.
and yeah,
Should have stayed a confederation.
we take a mortal man.
Yeah, why can't we stay confederation? There's
put
plenty
him
of
in
small countries in
control.
Europe. You know, why did we have to become a federation?
Dave Mustaine's got it. Dave Mustaine had it right. Watch him become a god. Watch people's heads go roll. Okay.
Didn't seem to spill. But don't spill it.
Yeah, I suppose you probably don't want to turn it upside down.
It's gonna catch himself on fire. There's sparks going everywhere. A spark would work just fine. You have fun with that?
Yeah. How nice. Reusable match.
It was a gadget.
Yep. Declaration of Independence and Constitution copies line the school walls in the 50s and 60s. Look what happened. Yeah.
Yeah, boomer.
Yep.
I remember having to learn the Constitution, but I don't ever remember having to learn the Articles of Confederation. And it was junior high.
Did you learn the Constitution or did you learn the Declaration?
We learned the Declaration of Independence and the Constitution, but
Yes,
not the Articles of Confederation.
This is not the original.
Obviously.
I
think we bought that somewhere. Like, hey.
Yeah, I got this. We got this from Wall Builders. Wallbuilders.com. Yeah.
Don't ask me who that was. I think they sell books or something. Probably political. Squiggle.
Yeah.
Is this the Constitution?
This is the Declaration of Independence. I'm looking at everybody's signatures.
I think you would need more pages for the Constitution.
Yeah. Of course, written in cursive. Edward Rutledge.
Maybe not having the documents around for kids to study was deemed preferable to manage future humans, especially future Americans.
Could be.
Well, I'm going to close down my phone. It's like, you're going to die in a few minutes. No, you know what? I'll just let the battery die. And my phone's about to die. I only got up to half the battery. I was filming other stuff earlier today. These days, the Constitution, Declaration of Independence, and Bill of Rights are... ...
They got her.
Oh.
They got her. The black helicopters got her.
Sorry. Or the cat. We'll just hope the cat was walking across the keyboard and hit the enter button for you, and you're like, wait, what?
Oh, you thought the cat was typing?
No, the cat probably got her. Like, walks across the keyboard, goes meow. Hits the enter key.
I had a parrot once.
It would eat your keys?
No, I came home from work one day and my messenger was open on my computer. My messenger was open.
Ah, offensive.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I didn't hear that.
Yeah, my messenger was open.
Our camera's so rude.
There was just some gibberish letters that had been typed and the enter key hit, and a message had been sent off to one of my friends, and he was trying to talk back to who he thought, he thought it was me. And it was Cupid. My little Quaker parrot had decided to go over to the keyboard and had figured out this is what he does. He pecks these keys and then he hits this one. He pecks these keys and then he hits that one. And so this is what the parrot was doing.
How did he get the messenger open?
I don't know.
He had enough keys to figure it out.
But it was gibberish. He wasn't typing anything intelligible. But he had hit keys on the keyboard and hit enter, and then hit keys on the keyboard and hit enter again. Apparently, he was very amused by being able to use the messenger
It goes
service
bing,
just
bing.
like I was.
Because you probably get the little noise and stuff, and
Yeah.
then little alerts come back at you. And
That parrot used to talk under his breath. It was funny. He would occasionally, he'd teach you, pretty bird, pretty bird. He'd say the stuff out loud, but he would mutter under his breath. And if you listen closely, it's like listening to Popeye talk. I'm saying some folk are saying, saying things that you don't really want people to say because you're not saying that in your voice anyway. I mean, that's the way he would talk. He would just chatter nonstop, sub-vocalizing. Yeah. It was crazy. I don't know how they do it.
Oh, flying nuts. Yeah, because they don't have lips.
No.
And they're I think they have a tongue, but it's not, it doesn't fold like ours does.
No, they're making squeaking noises.
It's all in there.
Yeah, all in their throat, making that little squeaking noises that simulates human speech. Alrighty, so there we are. Cursive language no longer being taught in school.
We can still write cursive. Half the time when they ask me to print, it's like cursive. Go! I get halfway through cursive and I have to stop.
All right.
I couldn't even read this if it was English.
When in the course of human events becomes necessary for one people to dispose the political bonds which have connected them with another. I had a little water spot there, sorry. Which connect them with another and
to memorize, I think.
Assume among the powers of the earth a separate and equal station to which the laws of nature and of nature's God entitle them, comma, a decent respect to the opinions of mankind requires that they should declare the causes which impel them to the separation. Yep. That style of S is no longer used. I mean, it wasn't even being used by the time I was going to school. So I had to stop for a moment. Look, what is it? Oh, that's an S. Okay. All right. I think that line is really interesting because
separation.
No, it says it becomes necessary for one people to dissolve the political bonds.
I think we need to resend that to the federal government.
Oh no, the idea was that the people themselves were supposed to be taking upon themselves the sovereign station of nations. The power was supposed to flow from nature or nature's God to man.
Like the reverse of the 10th Amendment. It should be people and then man. Whatever the people decide.
Man over there. It goes nature or God to man, and then if man makes law is under man.
No, you're a nation of laws, not men.
Well, if nature is not serving the people, or if law is not serving the people, then
we're a nation of people and not laws. So, the do no harm law only applies to people who don't have the guns. Oh, I'm over there. Sorry. I keep looking at my cell phone. I have a better camera.
Yeah.
You're not even in the camera.
Anywho's, who knows? One of these days, we might wind up with some situation where our current political associations are defunct, and instead of going and making another monstrosity just like the one that we've been living with for the past couple of 100 years, we could go ahead and complete or move a little bit further down in the American liberty experiment and actually try self-governance for a change.
Oh.
And this time, don't give people like Alexander Hamilton the power to pull shenanigans like they did a couple 100 years ago.
He was trying to make money and then save you money, and then creature of Jekyll Island. I think that was a natural progression, was it not? For a little while, for about this long, I was a constitutionalist. Then somebody pointed out, that's how we got here.
What was that, Rothbard? If Murray Rothbard, if the Constitution, or how did it go? No, either the Constitution was incapable of preventing this current passive events, or it led to it. Yeah.
I was in a bar and a guy says, "I'm a green. What are you?" I was like, "I think I'm a libertarian. What are you? What's a green?" He was like,
"What party do you belong to?" I don't belong to any party.
We weren't from this town. We weren't from this town. We're in the middle of nowhere, Iowa. I told him I started out Democrat as a teenager, and then I switched to Republican. I wasn't happy with that. I was constitutionalist for about a day. Then he stops me and tells me that, the Constitution is what got us here.
Who did?
This government.
No, who told you that? Is that me or is that?
Oh, I think you told me that too.
Not even mine.
Because that's why I was explaining I was constitutionalist for a day, and then I was like, can't scrap everything and then go back to the Constitution because they'll keep building on. They'll just, keep building
No, yeah.
into it. We're playing with our sporks.
I mean, one of the major problems that we have right now is
I thought they'd be longer.
we don't think our government is actually really following the Constitution to begin with.
No, that's the joke.
So if we come up with a brand new Constitution, how are we going to get the government to actually obey the law in the first
Remember
place?
that joke when Iraq, I think it was trying to come up with a Constitution? The joke was, send to Mars, we're not using it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Send to Mars, we're not using it.
I just had the green one.
Oh,
I get the pink one.
Really? Is that green? It looks blue in this light.
I have a teal.
Like a bluish green.
Well, fine, go back. It's not like the good one. The heavier plastic is for light. It's supposed
so you
to
don't have to stop and carve out your own?
I guess.
Okay.
Those bottle gourds.
Yep.
That would be about that shape.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, bottle gourds. Yeah, if you came in late, we opened up packages. No, I think those are the same people.
There you go.
Thanks.
Yeah, it's the same 6 people that have been here all the time.
Groupies.
Just saying. Father and fathers never intended a democracy. A republic that's ruled by laws. Well, yeah, you know what a democracy is.
You're going to tell us, aren't you?
It's 2 wolves and a sheep sitting around and deciding what's for dinner. Majority rules. You know what a republic it is? Or what a republic is?
What?
A republic is the same thing, only if the sheep happen to outnumber the wolves still get to eat.
Of course.
There you go. Hey, we've been on for an hour and a half here, and it's been lots of fun. But we've got all the packages unboxed, and we've got a big mess to clean up now. Hopefully tomorrow I will be able to get the video off of the old camera over yonder, and hopefully put together something for you. And then we'll see about ordering a new camera up and being back in business, making video by next week or so. Hopefully.
Happy Monday.
Knock on wood. Happy Monday, everybody. Thank you for joining us tonight. And as always, if you found the video informative or entertaining, you know what to do. I will catch you next time.
Wait, these are left-handed.
Oh, no.
I didn't know that. I think it says lefty.
Are you sure?
I don't know. Anyways.